Good morning and welcome to all viewers. Now we're live on Bertin aja. So we all know that there's this stigma that all women are fragile or weak creatures has been in the society from even centuries ago. This weakness of women then leads them to be reliant on protection of their surroundings. But sadly, the decision of them lead the stigma gone worse, and many cases which involves women as the victims arose. And for today's discussion, we have two informants, which are Ms. Tomo as representative of Women Protection Organization or WPO, and Mr. O as the chief of National Police Department, and the last is Mr. Ray as the psychologist. Okay, Mr. O. So here we have a statistic about the increasing of rape cases. Um, can you please give further information regarding this matter?
According to the data from Komnas, within the last 15 years, it was proven that every 2 hours, one rape case occurred. In one day, there were 20 people who got raped. This makes Indonesia the country with the most rape cases, ranked 11 in the world. In addition to rape, other cases can also occur. We can take example in commuter line. Sexual harassment in commuter line is increasing every year. Vice President Communication Eva Korenisa said as many as 25 sexual harassment cases occurred in 2017, while 34 sexual harassment cases occurred during 2018.
And Ms. Tomo, as the representative of VPO, what do you think about sexual harassment in public?
So just little information is that I also work in a women counseling company, so that's why the increasing of the sexual harassment news has actually reached my ears a pretty long ago. Okay, so the sexual harassment in public, or usually called as street harassment nowadays, are getting worse according to my clients. So not only the frequency that is gotten worse, but also the act has gotten worse. One of my clients confesses that the street harassment that's happening now is to the extent that where the doers touch the victim directly, skin to skin. Not only that, they also starting to touch quote unquote private parts. So yeah, not only they are getting bolder, they also do it even when it's crowded.
Oh, harassment nowadays are that bad? How come we've never heard about this?
Okay, so it's not the main reason, but not everyone is that brave. Okay, and the main reason is actually that street harassment is considered as a common thing to happen. So they think that this kind of thing is actually a small thing, so they don't need to report it at all. But this is a wrong perspective. Why? Because if we didn't report it to the police, then of course it means that the doers didn't get any punishment, right? And if the doers didn't get any punishment, they won't get that deterrent effect that made them don't want to do this again. That is why we really need to change this kind of perspective.
As a police, what are the reasons that made the doers to do such thing?
Actually, we have an interrogation video that maybe can help us to understanding what is the causes of the sexual harassment.
Okay, let's see the video.
At the time, I was a prison medic. Even almost every day, I was prison. Starting from there, my sex passion became vivid. One night, about 9 p.m., I was in a lonely alley that I did pass through often. I've been waiting for a woman to go through these alleys. After I waited about a half hour, a woman walking from the end of the alley heads towards me. I started walking towards him. After my position was behind the woman's position, I instantly caught her by closing her mouth and holding her both hands. Incidentally, in that alley there is a security building. That's where I did the innocent did I ever did. For the woman, After a rape occurred, I left it just like that. I can do that things because there is a change. Maybe it's a factor that the victim can avoid. But the other thing that's also profitable for me is the victim can do self-defense. Victims at the time were very easy for me to conquer.
Okay, moving on. Mr. Ray, as the psychologist, what's the reason behind this acts from psychologist's perspective?
Humans have biological properties. The biological nature depends on the body's hormone. Hormone in the human body play a role in regulating one's behavior and responding for a stimulus. Someone who has experienced puberty will be increasing in function in his hormones. One of them is androgen hormone that stimulate men to be more attracted to women and produce sperm cell. Start from that, men have thought more about their biological relationship. Actually, women also produce androgen hormone, but not as much as men. According to research by Roy Baumeister from Florida State University, uh, he found that men's sexual desires were spontaneous and their sex fantasies varied more than women. The circulating of new videos in the internet led many to access the video, especially men. Men who consume high intensity or addiction to video will impact his behavior, which the things he sees in the video are very ordinary if done in the real life. Raping and groping led women to sense trauma. In some cases, traumatized women become very introvert. They become interesting with people around him, especially men. It was very influential in her relation, and many cases like this turn out to be unreported to the authorities. This also makes the case still rape in Indonesia. The doer can influence others to do the same crime because of the minimal number of reports under crime. Therefore, this triggered another to do the crime.
So, regarding to this matter, is there any solution from Mr. O?
I think self-defense is the most important for decreasing the sexual harassment.
How about Mr. Mo?
I agree with self-defense because I believe that it is the best choice to do among all of the options.
Okay, next Mr. Ray.
Yes, actually, self-defense.
Okay, so that conclude today's discussion. Thank you for three informants. Hope this discussion is helpful to you. See you next week on Batin Aja.
Yes, according to the data from Komnas, within the last 15 years, it was Oh enggak bro.
Wes.